Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Bad Girl Riri and Railgan on Galactic Process, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the green Terran player. It is Railgan. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Bad Girl Riri, also known as Khodi. There is a link to both of these players' Twitch streams in the descriptions. Please check them out. They are excellent people and excellent players indeed. And this is Khodi, and this is Railgan, and they are friends, and they are messing around on the test map. All right, and basically they're Offracing. Railgan is normally a Zerg player, GM level, and Khodi is usually a Terran player, GM level. So we'll see how well they can perform with each other's races. Khodi is going for a hatch first because that's what you do in every single matchup in Legacy of the Void. I'm sure that he knows that. And Reaper Expand is on the way from Railgan. There's the refinery about halfway completed. Barracks about halfway complete as well. The timing will work out for Railgan. I have a Reaper name right up here and ready to go. So we'll see what that one is. Should be a good one. I don't want to hype it too much, but you know, that's where we are with this, is hyping Reaper names. Spawning pool on the way for Khodi into an extractor. So wants that pool out a little bit more quickly for the queens to deal with early Reaper harass. Again, the good thing about this is they know what the other race does, right? So Khodi knows to expect an early Reaper. Railgan knows, there it is, Reaper coming out here, that a Reaper expand is the safest and most standard way to do this thing in TBZ. So this Reaper's name is Bap Zranigan. Thanks to Ray for that suggestion. I assume he's named after Zap Brannigan from the show Futurama, one of the best characters on that show. I like Futurama quite a bit, but I think Zap Brannigan might be the best one. He's the space captain, general, commander guy of, I assume, like the world military space police. Anyway, he's just full of himself. He's kind of modeled after Captain Kirk, I think, from Star Trek. He's just full of himself. He's really incompetent, though, so in that way he's not like Kirk. And really thinks he has a way with the ladies. And he might, but not as much as he thinks that he does. He wears a little short skirt uniform. His first in command is Kif. Anyway, funny stuff. So this is Bap Zranigan. And he's going to head on out. He put on a Reaper suit to prove himself to his men, is what he did. He knew they were laughing at him. Oh my gosh, he's going to get a drone kill. Get out of there. Make a spore crawler. Boom! Drone kill for Zap. Might get some ling kills here too. Come on, Khodi. That's why you got to get those lings out. Pretty good Reaper micro here out of Railgan. I'm pretty darn impressed, actually. KD8 charge whiffing there, but only gets one drone kill. Weakens some of those lings, but that is just about it. Factory on the way with that expansion for Railgan back. I'm going to keep messing up. My brain wants to call the Zerg player Railgan, but it's not. It is the Terran player. This is so weird. Queen is out. Good job retreating there. And Ling's getting the... Get out of there. No! Bap Zranigan. Got a drone kill. That's pretty good. That is pretty good for a Zerg player going as Terran. But not enough for the Hall of Fame, unfortunately. I still need to get together that list, that Reaper list. Still got to do it. Okay, tomorrow's my Saturday. I will do it. 8 lings on the way. Khodi droning hard right now. Going to be up to 30 plus while Railgan's sitting at 26. This is pretty early for massive droning out of Khodi, but working out to this point. Getting a third base as well. Does have 6 lings out on the field. Are they playing defense? Looks like they're playing defense. Might head out. Try to cause some mischief. Speed is on the way for those lings as well. Great Overlord spread by Khodi, though. This is very nice with the Overlord spread. I'd almost make a Viking immediately if I was Railgun. Try to shoot those things down, but I'm not sure he knows they're out there. Bunker at the top of this hill. The lings, they're trying to get that run by, and it's just, ow. Ow. 4 of the speedlings do get in here, but there are 2 Marines, and some of these lings are very low on HP. Can't go into the main base. Picks off 2 of them. Do the Marines. Another one here going to die. I don't think they're going to get any kills whatsoever. Great hold there by Railgan. Again, I'd like to see more of a wall here from Railgan, but not used to walling off is this Zerg GM player, so understandably it is kind of wide open at this point. We'll see if Khodi takes advantage of it. I'm not sure if he is planning on doing that, but that third base is just about to complete. To the right side of the main base here, double evolution chamber into a baneling nest at the 4.5-minute mark for Khodi, so that's kind of interesting as well. I have to see exactly what we can expect for the changes on the test map here. I really should have a list pulled up. I really should. I know tanks had their damage increased, so we'll see if that comes into play here or not. And Queens trying to burn these Hellions down. They're roasting up some drones fairly well. One Hellion dies. The other one might die unless it can get a good angle, and it does manage to get a good angle and get the heck on out of there. 4 drones killed. So 3 of them to the Hellions, 1 to the Reaper. So pretty good harass there out of 2 Hellions. Can't argue too much about that. Can't complain. Spore Crawlers coming up in a couple of the mineral lines. Nope, just that 3rd base mineral line. 1 Spore on the way for Khodi. Decides that he does not need any more than that. More Hellions here for Railgan with Marines. And double Cyclone on the way as well. Getting +1 vehicle weapons. Woo! This is interesting stuff for sure. Command Center, 3rd Command Center now on the way. Seems a little bit late, but I guess if your opponent's been aggressive before, it's gonna be difficult there. Lock on. Yeah, so this is different. Locks the Cyclone weapon on the target air unit or structure. Dealing 160 damage over 14 seconds. Can move while firing. Cancels the target moves out of range. So they actually nerfed it. Cannot attack ground units. Can only do air units or air structures. Dealing 160 damage over 14 seconds. So nerf the damage done as well. What on earth? Did they buff the regular attack? Tornado Blaster, maybe? That actually looks pretty good. Tornado Blaster here. And the Banelings coming in, though, to clear these things out. Pretty good. Look at the Railgun splits. Whoa! That actually worked out better than I expected. Still 4 Hellbats here and 2 Cyclones. They increase the attack speed. Weapon speed, 0.1. What? Is that the fastest weapon speed in the game? 0.1 weapon speed? Yep. Tornado Blaster. Damage 3 versus 6. Or versus armored 6 there. So that means extra damage versus roaches in this particular matchup. Hellbats, were they changed at all? I don't think so. 18 damage, Napalm Spray, I think that's what it's always been. But Cyclone, that is very interesting. They nerfed the lock-on ability, but greatly increased this Tornado Blaster that they have against ground. Going pretty heavy on the Cyclones is the Railgun, and its 3rd base thrown down here to the south. Looks like Khodi was expecting it to the left of the main base, but no, Railgun feeling comfortable enough to go for the one on the right side here. It's 57 to 55 Harvesters. Khodi actually has... Nope, just kidding. Railgun has a slight lead. Nope, nope, nope. I keep thinking that Zerg is Railgun. Yeah. Khodi has 2 worker lead on Railgun. And a Hive on the way from Khodi as well. So here comes our mech strategy of Hellion Cyclone here in production for Khodi. There are Lings and Banelings here. Understandably, don't want to go for Roaches against these Cyclones. I feel like they would wreck them pretty heavily. Pretty heartily, indeed. And going to try to take out this 4th base attempt by Khodi using that Tornado Blaster. Hellions trying to roast stuff up. Pretty good kiting. Banelings getting nice hits on those Cyclones, though. Oosh. Another Cyclone dies. Another Hellion dies here. Reinforcements coming in, though. Railgun knows how to keep up that stream of reinforcements. And I think he's going to get this 4th base. Khodi losing the 4th base. Forced to cancel it as it's under construction. And pushing up. Not using any scans is Railgun. I'm interested by this one. And you know what? Extra damage versus Spine Crawlers. Wow! Spine Crawler dies immediately. Hellbat's trying to do with these Lings. Doing pretty well with them. But the Lings continuing to get surrounds here. And there are just too many of them. Railgun is forced to back on out. Banelings at the top of the ramp. Lings at the top of the ramp. Good strategy here by Khodi. Going for that Ling Baneling against this Hellion Cyclone strategy. Makes sense to me. Trying to replant that 4th base is our Zerg player. Baneling speed on the way for Khodi. +2/+2 coming up as well for the Zerg player. And just continuing to make Hellions, continuing to make Cyclones, getting +2 vehicle weapons and Infernal Pre-Igniter. Yeah, Railgun's committing here. He's trying to see how good this is. It is a test map game after all. Might as well use those new abilities. Alright, so didn't Hydras get buffed? I think Hydras got buffed for Zerg. I don't know that there's actually a Hydra Den on the field. No, there is not. Khodi doesn't seem interested in testing that. What else was... they removed 1 armor off of Ultras, I believe is what they did here. Infestation Pit coming in. Wait, already has a Hive. Are you making 2 Infestation Pits? That seems like a mistake. Yep, Khodi's building another Infestation Pit and already has 1. So I don't know exactly what that one is about. Making a macro hatch as well, perhaps having a hard time spending the money. Zerg does sometimes have problems with that if you're not used to it. 4th base here, getting replanted. It should be able to finish as the green Terran army is too far away to make really any much of a difference. Ling's coming up for Khodi, knocking down these rocks. Or kind of. They just kind of walk up and stand next to the rocks and don't start to knock them down at all. Railgun's trying to build a wall of supply depots to replace the rocks when they inevitably die. Not really working out. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. They removed 1 armor off of Ultras, right? They made it so that they can have a total of 7 instead of a total of 8. I believe that's what that was. Makes a lot of sense. Thor's coming in for Railgun too, so really trying to see if Mech's viable. There are the tanks doing 75 damage versus armored. Holy crap, wasn't that, was that 50 before? Maybe 60? It got bumped significantly there. 75 damage versus armored. Yeah, I think there was a... StarCraft put out a preview video showing the difference with siege tanks. And against Stalkers, they did especially well because Stalkers are armored. The Lings are finally knocking down these rocks that lead up into this 4th base. For Railgun, Hellions cruising on in. The one thing I don't think Railgun's doing very well is killing creep tumors. He's accidentally killing that one with some splash damage because Lings are next to it, but he's not doing a very good job with it. I would say Hellbats basically liberating that Zelnaga watchtower to the right side. Lings try to get through, but army ready to go. Thor here. Let's see, any changes? High impact payload we've already got. Did they buff any of this stuff? I don't think Thors are any different. I think Railgun's just trying to see if Mech is any more viable than it used to be. And yeah, Blue Flame, Hellbats, and Hellions against Lings. I know that the Lings have good upgrades, but man, that's a lot of dead stuff. But Lings and Banelings crushing on in. There we go. Khodi manages to clean that one out just through sheer numbers. Again, not a great composition against... well, with the Banelings made it a good composition, but still, kind of rough. Kind of rough stuff there against Hellions and Hellbats, but again, made it work out. So we are fully upgrading these Ultras at 11 minutes. Chitinous plating is on the way. +3/+3 for those Lings and those Ultras as well. And yeah, there we go. 4 armored Ultras instead of 5. So we should have a total of 7 armor on these things. We'll see how it works out. 3 Infestors coming up. Pathogen Glands on the way. A little bit too early on those Infestors. You want to start the Infestors, then Pathogen Glands is about halfway complete, and that way the Infestors pop out with that extra energy. That extra 25, extra 50 energy. I'm trying to remember what it is. 25, extra 25 energy on hatch. So 5 bases here for Khodi. It is 65 to 85 harvesters. Railgun really macroing hard right here. Has the gold base along the right side as well. Planetary Fortress Sensor Tower here pushing in with his mech. Vikings in the air. Cyclones and Hellbats and Thors with +2/+2 across the board on this ground army. The Vikings have +2 air armor because they share that with the ground, but no attack upgrades yet. All right, here we getting that +3/+3 for that ground and mech stuff. Trying to take out this 5th base, and they're going to get it. That thing's going to die so darn fast. No. Pulling back. The Lings at the front are going to die very quickly. The Banelings crashing on top of tanks. That's not where they want to be. Ultras getting a bit of a surround here. The tanks are splashing fairly well on the Ultras, but still not quite enough to kill them quickly. Thors are standing in. 1 Ultra dies. Another one should get focused down, and it is. Thor left, and that is it. Ultras do manage to win that thing, but it wasn't as much of a raffle stomp, I think, as it would have been previously with the 8 armor instead of... Wait, he has 8. What am I doing? Did they not remove the armor? +4, 3... Oh, they already come with 1. Derp. God, my math is so bad. All right, so these are, in fact, to my chagrin, fully upgraded Ultras with 8 armor. So that didn't happen. They talked about doing it, but I guess they didn't actually get around to it there. I need to pull up an official list before I cast my next test map game. That is for sure. For sure. Yamato cannon on the way. Are we going to see battle cruisers out of Railgun? It appears we will. Fusion core coming up. Another fusion core. Because he already has 1. Again, playing off race sometimes results in you making multiple buildings you don't need 2 of. As both players have done that so far. So it's a Ling Ultra Infestor play out of Khodi. And again, fully upgraded. They've still got the Frenzied ability here. Lings are fully upgraded. They don't have Adrenal Glands. They do not. They do not. Increasing the attack speed of Zerglings by 40%, which is a big stinking deal for Zerglings, especially if they're fully upgraded. They're pretty scary that way. Battle Cruisers on the way. Corruptors being made by Khodi in response. Hellions scouting out. Going to run right into these Ultras. Run! You can do almost 0 damage. Virtually 0 damage to these Ultralisks. Pushing into a scan area to clear out some creep tumors. Finally, Railgun is sized to kill some creep tumors. He has only killed 14 so far, which in a 14-minute game isn't all that much, I suppose. Roasting up some Lings, just trying to be cost-efficient without dying. No, but the kiting is bad, especially on creep Lings chasing these Hellions down. And I think they're all going to die, but these Ultras maybe overextending a little bit. They do decide to pull back to the safety of the creep. The army for Railgun pushing on up here. Yeah, +3 attack on these dudes. On siege tanks, on the Hellions, on the Thors. So 39 damage times 2. Range of 7 for the Thors with that full upgrade. +1 Flare Carapace. Pneumatized Carapace as well on the way. Tanks taking out a Queen, just trying to spread creep up here towards the 5th base of Railgan, popping out more creep tumors with that scan ability just outside the range as this creep tumor tank can't quite take it down. And sitting up on this high ground here is Railgan. Tanks on the high ground, and then I think trying to bait the army into here. And there it is, tank splash from the high ground. Nice fungal, catching those Hellbats. Another chain fungal there and going for it. Are the Ultras coming up a choke? That's not where you want to be, though, and forced to pull back is Khodi, taking a lot of damage there. Thor's using their ability on the Corruptors, trying to fly on overhead. Tanks doing their work. 6 kills on that tank, 2 kills on that tank, doing a full 85 damage versus Armored, which adds up over time. The Burrowed Infestor move here is throwing down... Oh, getting Yamato Cannon in the face, though. That Battlecruiser gets a kill with Yamato Cannon. Another Yamato Cannon takes out an Infestor that was going to die anyway, though. The Ultras coming in right on top of these Thors. The tanks aren't quite in range to support. Unfortunately, now they are. Tanks are in range. These Ultras are falling more quickly than I thought they would. The Corruptors turning around, taking out a BC. One ends up dead, the other one as well. This is a lot of Corruptor in the air. We're looking at like 14 or so. Kablooey. 6, 8, 10, yeah, 10 or 12 at that point. 36 Lings on the way for Khodi. Really trying to resupplement here with the Zerglings. Mech army for Railgan. Tanks doing well, just positioning was a little bit sloppy, which is understandable because, again, he is off-racing. Tank left behind gets destroyed by Lings. Coming in. Lings getting chased away by tanks. Lot of tanks. Lot of tanks here for Railgan. Tank count is currently at 11 with 2 battlecruisers in the sky, making 2 more of them. Did we change these at all? Tactical jump. Damage done. Doesn't look like it. I would say it doesn't look like it, but the good thing is... Oh, as a 6 base gets destroyed here up at the top side for Railgan. Unfortunately losing that one. Lings getting a full surround on these Hellbats. Tanks trying to deal with everything that they possibly can, getting distracted by Lings just a little bit here, and the Ultras are still coming, man. There are still 4 of them. Now there are 3. Lings, Ultras right on top of this bio. A fungal growth being tossed down as well. Thor's doing what they can, but really just taking it to the face from these Ultras. Battlecruisers trying to take out the Corruptors. That is not a good fight for them. Ultras right on top of everything. Base, the 5th base here for Railgan is under assault, or is that his 3rd? That's where he took his 3rd base. Just kidding, that's a 3rd base location. But you know what? Forced to pull away. Here is Khodi. Khodi taking a sneaky base up along this left side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases. Up in the top left corner. Ultras coming right on top of these tanks. Lings getting in here too. Not worried about the splash from the tanks here. Planetary Fortress ready to go. Ready to go on those Lings. They're trying to take out that siege tank. They can't quite get it. 17 kills on the siege tank. And still alive. Planetary Fortress has got his back, yo. Got that siege tank's back. Alright, so Khodi pulling back just a little bit here. Continuing to make Corruptors as they're flying in to join the Corruptor flock. I guess as long as Railgan is making Battlecruisers and Vikings and stuff, you probably want those. Probably want these Corruptors. Upgrades on these one. Again, the +1 flyer Carapace has been completed. Railgan is trying to make this mech work. Trying to make it work. Has taken a sneaky base in the bottom right side. I don't think Khodi knows about that one. No. No, Khodi does not know about that one. That could be a problem for the Zerg player. Creep spread is absolutely insane, though, for Khodi. Very impressive creep spread here at 18 minutes. Basically covering over half of the map, probably 60% or so. More tumors are dying. Railgan doing a better job cleaning this out than he previously has. Creep Queen under attack by a Hellbat and 2 Hellions with the blue flame. Not the greatest of matches for the Hellions and the Hellbat, but they take her down anyway. She bursts into flame. And Creep Tumor dies before it can actually burrow under the ground. So more Ultras, +2 flyer Carapace, and +1 flyer attack now on the way for Khodi. Really investing pretty heavily into the air stuff, and I'm not sure that's entirely needed, I guess, is what I'd have to say here. Not entirely sure it is necessary. But that's okay. Actually, mining out this gold base is Railgan. So this 5th base mined out. 6th base at the bottom right looks very happy indeed. Only 1 worker, though, on the gas on one of these geysers. Doesn't seem great. I'm sure he'll figure that out eventually, though. +3 ship weapons coming out from Railgan as well. Army for Khodi is looking at Corruptor Ling Ultra. Corruptor Ling Ultra and a single Infestor. That is it. That is all that Khodi has, which seems to be working so far. I don't want to make it sound like I'm disparaging it. Burrowed Infestor just at the outside of that creep. Sneaky, sneaky Burrow Infestor here. Hellions trying to come in. A Transfuse being thrown down on that hatch. The blue flame on the Lings. Run, Khodi! Run with those drones! Oh, the massacre! Oh, the drone kills! Yeah. It's a lot. 22, 25 drone kills thus far. It's 80 to 57 workers. Lings come in trying to deal with these Hellions on creep. I think they can pull it off, and they do manage to do so. Hellions are still running for their lives, but trying to take as many Lings as they can with them. Bam! Spinecrawler gets the final punch. 3 kills on that spine. 15 drones being replaced instantly by Khodi. That's kind of how it works if you're a Zerg player, and I think Railgan needs a win. He needs a win here. Has he killed any hatcheries at all? No, hasn't killed a single hatch. Forced to cancel on one. That doesn't really show up in the stats, but I'd say it counts as 1 hatch kill. But in 20 minutes, if you haven't killed more than 1 hatch of your opponent and they have 7 bases, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. I know he has a worker lead. I know his upgrades, I think his upgrades are probably better. I mean, his air upgrades are better. Ground upgrades are fully upgraded and the same. Let's see how the Viking tactical warp just used. Whoa. Boop. Just popping up there. Alone. Is this battlecruiser on the creep? Probably going to get destroyed by corruptors in about 3.8 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. 3.8 seconds. Done. As the corruptors managed to show up there. Just kind of messing around there was Railgun, throwing up that tactical warp. Making more battlecruisers. I don't get this. Did they change BCs? I really should know these things. I really should know about that proposed change. Creep spread continuing to push on out there. We got Khodi with that happy base at the top left. Army for the Terran is very green and very happy with that StarCraft logo seen all over it. As you can see, the yellow stars. Throwing down missile turrets everywhere is Railgun, setting up a bit of a defensive perimeter. Overlord, fast Overlord does manage to scout this base in the bottom right side, and Railgun is not in position to save it. Save it, Railgun, go! Waddle over there, Thors, save the base, Hellbats coming in, Vikings coming in at the same time, and Destructible falls into the ground, is not destroyed, pushing in here, still trying to get this base. Vikings trying to pick off Corruptors from afar, trying to kite as best they can, but they just take so much damage. So much damage. Burrow Infestors here, and here is the attack. Great fungal being tossed down. The Vikings cannot retreat anymore. They are getting hosed by these Corruptors. Ultras on top of the Thors as well, doing a lot of work, but tanks splash damaging on top of everything. Another Infestor dies there, and actually forcing Khodi back there. Railgun won that battle, I think, mostly to the support of these tanks and these missile turrets on the ground against those Corruptors. Throwing up a hatch. Khodi taking an 8th base at this top left side that is traditionally a Terran location, feeling very confident in his ability to win this game thus far. 2 Lings are harassing all of these SCVs. The SCVs know better than to stand and fight, as it turns out. Still no adrenal glands on the way here, though, but coming in, Corruptors, Ultras, the base ends up falling. 8th base is retained for Khodi. Everything Terran is dead. Decides to continue to push in here to this 4th base along the top side. Can they get it? Missile turrets trying to kill as many Corruptors as possible. The Lings stopping that from happening. And yes, battlecruiser here in the sky dies immediately to those Corruptors, trying to deal with them with Vikings, but it's just too hard to kite. Unfortunately, that 4th base is gone. Just eating everything on the ground here are the Ultras and the Lings. 200 to 170 total supply. Khodi has that lead, chasing the army back again. Cody's done a great job not overextending. Not overextending with those battles, retreating when necessary, and the army's just a little bit too slow to respond here for Railgan. So maybe the curse of Mech still exists. I would still like to see this matchup with Mech in the hands of maybe an actual, more experienced Terran GM player. But here we go, battlecruisers again, trying to do what they can against the Corruptor fleet, but there's too many Corruptors. 17 Corruptors in the sky. Everything on the ground is getting killed by Ultras and Lings as well. This Ultra has 5 kills to its name. And can it get a 6th? Gets the 6th kill on that Thor before it gets killed. Yamato Cannon being thrown down by that BC. And somehow, again, Railgun manages to hold it off. Manages to hold off the onslaught. Are we going to mine out this map? Has every base been taken? Every base has been taken. I think we're going to mine this thing out. We're at 25 minutes into the game. Another Destructible being attacked by battlecruisers, doing 9 damage. With a range of 6, weapon speed 0.16. That used to be the fastest one. But the missile storm or whatever it is, actually faster for the Cyclones now. Another base here for Railgun. I think that's the 6th or 7th base, being surrounded by these Lings. They don't even have the crackling upgrade. It doesn't really matter. Widow Mines being used against the Lings to great effect, although splash damage does do friendly splash damage fire. So you have to be careful with that, Mr. Widow Mine player. Yep. Every base has been taken now. This bottom one is like a 9th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 bases. 9 bases for Khodi on this map. This is absolutely bonkers. Vikings coming into the Corruptors, trying to do what they can, pushing them away, actually. Fairly well. Widowmine's going to try to find a place in which to burrow. Ling's getting destroyed here as well. This base is effectively mined out. There's really no reason for Railgan to kill it. Widowmine's burrow to the top of a ramp where Lings might come in, and actually the Corruptors are running for their lives right now. This is really weird. I don't know what they're afraid of. I guess 17 damage versus armor ×2 from Vikings is nothing to sneeze at. Corruptors are armored units. As you can see here, armored biological. Hellbat's in the front, getting fungled. Infestor gets Yamato'd from a distance by that battle cruiser, though. Thank you for coming. Vikings throwing damage into the Overlords as well. And here it is. Corruptors finally standing in, fighting. Vikings trying to do what they can against them. And actually fairly good. Battle cruisers standing in. 2 of them die, but they're taking a lot of BCs with them. Or a lot of Corruptors with them. The Thors using that damage. Not throwing into high impact payload, which I think is more for Broodlord than anything else. But still, Widowmines and Thors and tanks taking out an Ultralisk there. Hellbats locking down this base, and Infestor stuck as well. 43 to 40 total Harvesters. Pushing in is a Railgun. It's 174 to 58 total supply. What is happening? What is happening to the Zerg player? What a complete reversal of fortune here, continuing to come in, and that's it. A GG from Khodi. Khodi is defeated. Railgun is victorious, and a Meching Terran wins this game. Not only that, a Meching Terran who's off-racing, again against an off-racing Zerg. So I mean, he probably even-handed on that one, but kind of worked out. Let's take a look here. 46 Corruptors died. 31 Ultras got killed. Holy crap. Holy shamoly. Let's see. Zerg lost 55,000 resources. Terran lost about 49,000 resources, and 59 SCVs were killed. 43 drones killed there as well. But Railgun managed to make this thing work with a final composition of Thor, Battlecruiser, Viking, tank. Did he have any tanks left? He had 8. Actually, he had 8. That's not bad. That's not bad. 17 Infestors died as well. I didn't know there were that many. 21 Thors, 52 Hellbats, 14 tanks, 11 Battlecruisers, and 12 Cyclones. Wow. That was a bloodbath for sure, but finally got up here, took down that Ultralisk Cavern. It was about to die. Khodi knew that he needed that one, and the main base was basically forfeit as well. So pretty fun game from the test map. I enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well, because that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Jeff Duvall, KN, Matt Meermans, Hagon Marcus, Backberty, Alex Coffey, Ben Reboyne, 19 Day, Keith Garlow, Alexandros Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estegoy, Bober Set, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sip Kopada, Konma, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Shing, Rajiv Bhatt, The Cosmic Phoenix, Peter Hawes, Andre Breed, Mither. Thank you. Link at the top right. Bye.